Stay tuned for a public service announcement. Have you or a loved one suffered from a life-changing sexually transmitted disease? Warning: complications associated with an STD include recurrent genital sores, pelvic pain, PID, infertility, and even cancer. Not to mention, the stigma of having an STD can haunt you for life. The emotional and physical damage can be pricey and extensive. Don't deal with this alone. We are here to help. The law offices of Shaney, Lasanis and Associates are here to take your money and gossip about your story. Call today for a free case evaluation. 1-800-1-NIGHT. Let our experienced team help you with this difficult time. Spokesperson is not an attorney. But seriously.
Did you know that every year the estimated number of new cases of chlamydia in the U.S. averages around 2,860,000? There is also an estimated 820,000 new cases of gonorrhea every year. If those numbers don't sound bad to you, what if I told it to you this way? No, this is not a treasure map. With 3,680,000 people annually becoming infected with chlamydia and gonorrhea combined, that would be like saying the whole entire state of New Mexico, Wyoming, and South Dakota are all infected with STDs. Not only are chlamydia and gonorrhea a problem, together are an estimated total of 110,197,000 STDs in the United States per year. If that's not enough to make you feel gross, on top of that, all these infections add up to $16 billion in medical costs each year. You might be asking yourself, well, what does New Mexico have to do with all of this? If you look at the graph shown here, you can see that over time, both the New Mexico and U.S. chlamydia rates have increased each year. However, New Mexico's rates are higher than the national average, and in 2011, New Mexico is ranked 4th highest in the nation for chlamydia. For the years 2000 to 2011, New Mexico rates had continued to be lower than the national average for gonorrhea, and both seemed to be trending downward. However, between 2010 and 2011, there was a 50% increase in the number of gonorrhea cases seen in our state, so this could be a true problem. This graph shows the counties in New Mexico where chlamydia and gonorrhea are diagnosed the most. As you can see, these infections are a statewide problem, McKinley, Luna, Rio Arriba, San Miguel, and Lee being the worst offenders for chlamydia. When we take a look at gonorrhea in New Mexico, finishing first was Hardin County, followed McKinley, Bernalillo, Cibola, and Valencia. Thinking of moving yet? No need to worry. Next we will tell you what you can do to prevent getting and spreading STDs, so you don't become another statistic. When you have sex with someone, you are having sex with everyone they have had sex with, and with everyone they have had sex with, and with everyone they have had sex with. I think you get it, right? It is important to understand how an STD is transmitted. There are 3 main ways of transmission: oral sex, vaginal sex, and anal sex. Let's get some facts straight. You cannot get an STD from a toilet seat, but you can get an STD from only having sex once. You can get an STD more than once, and chlorine does not prevent STD transmission, aka hot tubs and swimming pool. Wearing 2 condoms is not better than 1, and just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. Let's not forget, abstinence is the #1 way to prevent STDs. Wear condoms. Practice safe sex. Condoms are readily available at numerous health clinics we have listed later in the movie. When condoms are used correctly, they are highly effective at preventing STD transmission and pregnancy. Some STDs are treatable with antibiotics. However, do not let this dictate your sexual behavior or decisions. Some STDs last forever and have numerous complications, like HIV and herpes. If you are sexually active and have had multiple partners, you think you may have an STD, get tested to prevent further transmission and complications. STDs can impact public health in numerous ways. The diagnosis of having an STD can be traumatic by itself, and there is a huge increased risk of being co-infected with HIV if one already has an STD. There are so many complications, and because most of the symptoms are pretty vague, men and women delay seeking medical care. This can be costly and have a lot of consequences. Chlamydia and gonorrhea are the most costly non-viral STDs. They can both cause pelvic inflammatory disease, which can lead to infertility. This is due to tubal scarring that can cause infertility in 20% of women, ectopic pregnancy in 9%, and chronic pelvic pain in 18%. STDs have a direct impact on pregnancy. They can be transmitted to the baby during delivery, which can cause great harm to the baby. How would you feel if your baby was born with herpes? These are some of the direct effects that STDs can have on babies. This is not an all-inclusive list. There is an increased risk of contracting HIV because STDs facilitate the transmission and acquisition of other STDs. Coexisting STDs increase the risk of acquiring and transmitting HIV by 2 to 5-fold. STDs have a large direct medical cost. Take a look, kind of scary. The New Mexico Department of Health is a great resource and offers cost-free STD testing and hepatitis B vaccines. They also offer several different clinics located throughout Albuquerque and the state of New Mexico. First Nations Community Health Source is a clinic for STD testing. The clinic costs are based on a person's income, or they are able to bill insurance, and the cost to the patient would be their copay. Planned Parenthood offers STD screening, and if a patient has positive results, they offer treatment as well. This clinic has a higher cost than others, but may be an option for some people. The following are listings of more STD testing sites, which are available and offer convenience for any patient, as well as being anonymous. Thanks for listening, and remember, stay safe.